Hi. My mind is not in the here and now right now. Just sharing thoughts. You know, I only tend to care about, deep down, the truth. And not truth like biased truth. Not truth that people are comfortable believing. I'm talking about bare bones truth. Before there was ever an opinion. Before people's minds are conditioned to whatever the few want the most to believe. Before people got uncomfortable with the truth and created a bias that was a little more comfortable to accept and then passed it on. The real truth. And I feel like so much in history has been misconstrued and not told right and not carried forward right. I'll be honest with you, it bothers me. I don't like it. I can feel it energetically. I don't like that. I don't like when people misconstrue or try to condition people's minds to believe something that's not true for their benefit. I don't like it. And look, I'm not trying to put everybody in the shitter when I say this, okay? Because I'm not putting every single egg in the basket when I say this. But religion and businesses and things of that nature, even education has been altered. What they teach in school, most of it's false. Just don't. I don't get it. You know? And there's so much shit, you know, there's so much truth that a lot of people today would never believe because of how they're conditioned to believe things, because what's been taught for the past 100 years or even the past 6,000 years. Because and I'm pretty sure whoever's watching right now, the minute I said 6,000, you're probably like, well, that's how long we've been alive. Nope. So that's another thing. No, not at all. Humans and life was already here. Millions and millions and millions and millions years ago. Maybe even billions. And again, with the mind condition. And no, it was not caveman days. Man, these people were fucking geniuses, and they were completely connected to other realms, like other dimensions, and they were able to communicate easily with them, and they did way better than us than what we're doing today. They were way more advanced. And there's been such a dumbing down. Had we kept on that path, we would be so far more advanced that, like, we would look at our state right now that we're in, and we'd be like, what the fuck went wrong? Like, what? They didn't know math on the level that we're taught today. They knew math sacred math, sacred geometry, real communication with numbers. You know, and then some people in history decided, well, let's go ahead and we want to control people. We want all the power. We want all the money. We want our agenda fulfilled. So we're gonna go ahead and burn all the knowledge that those before us tried to pass on to us. And whatever we can't burn, let's hide, because there is hidden knowledge still out there that's forbidden to go into certain pyramids because of that, because they don't want people knowing certain things, or how to do certain things, or how to communicate and find truth, and they don't want that. So they burned most of the fucking knowledge. Whatever they couldn't burn, they kept secret, and then created an entirely new system of belief and way of life, to where it became all that people knew. And those who knew different were either killed or you had to conform, because they weren't having it. Like, they really wanted this system. And you know, see, some of us, especially if our DNA is just, we just know that we may not have all the answers because of whether it's the severe conditioning or being lazy and not communicating enough sometimes, or whatever, but whatever reason, you know, but we just know inside this is not how things were supposed to turn out. This is not our entire way of life has changed. We once at one point took care of the earth, and we knew we were part of it. We didn't own it. There was no such thing as owning. That we were part of it, and we lived amongst the earth. We took care of the earth. We understood that every single thing around you, the trees, everything, has spirit, has life. And now it's like, I own this, and and it's mine, and it's, we lost the true meaning. We lost it. Now all we do is destroy the earth that we need. We need the earth more than it needs us. It's just sad. And it's part of those few, that whole secret society bullshit, the whole, like, these groups, you know, and playing this whole monopoly thing where, like, what has become necessities now, they have full control over, to control those who need it. All the way down to little shit that we're conditioned to need now, like lights and all that. Like, it's all controlled by, like, it's like a pyramid. It's all at the top, controlled by these few. When before, we did fine without it, yo. Like, we were happy with how nature worked. The sunrise and the sunset. And we had fire. And it wasn't caveman, though. It was not caveman. It was solar. They were still very advanced. Very advanced. they also knew way back then what actually mattered, though. And it wasn't money. You know, to live amongst each other in true love, in real love and freedom, and to live in harmony with everything on earth. Fucking assholes. And I feel it deep. My ancestors and how things were back then, and I can feel energetically the progression of how it got to how it is today. And you know, I mean, it is what it is now, but it's just disappointing. And there are some people now coming to consciousness, but I mean, they are. Don't let me discredit it. They are. It's just gonna look like chaos right now, like any growth. It's gonna look like chaos. Anyone who really understands growth, you're gonna know that it takes a destructive process to get, you know, to get to where it needs to. You know, it's part of healing. Healing is not this beautiful process. Like, it's not this like fairy tale where like, wow, we're on the journey up. No. It's a destructive process. You're shedding away things that you're not, and the wounds of time. I mean, time is non-existent, but you get what I'm saying. Like, the wounds of time are coming up, and you have to heal them and face them and see the lesson in that, and then move forward from there. There's a lot of uprooting. So the same thing is happening with society. There's a lot of uprooting going on right now. It's why it looks chaotic. Oh my God, things are getting worse. But actually, things are not getting worse. All this has been going on for the longest. It's just without TV, social media, and all that to magnify it, people just didn't do anything about it because, you know, if you didn't see it, you didn't know it. And if somebody didn't tell you, you didn't know it. Somebody would have had to make it public, which the very few who did were assassinated anyways. So you were killed if you were trying to let people know what was going on. So now we have technology and all this to try to magnify it. Look, man, any problem that's going on today has already been going on for the longest. It's nothing new. It's nothing new under the sun, dude. Nothing fucking new. But it's just all part of the healing process of there's chaos is part of it. I just know my priority is truth. And like I said, unbiased truth. The bare bones. I'm not talking about what people think is true based on what they've been conditioned by mom, dad, priest, or friends, or anyone around them. I'm not interested in that. Now, I hear it out because I'm interested in the psychology of people and how they have come to be who they are and why they do what they do in their perspective. I'm interested in that part. But when it comes down to the bare bone truth, it's completely unbiased and objective, and it is what it is. And it may not always be something easy to accept. Matter of fact, most of the time, the truth is not easy to accept. But I just rather the truth. lies, even if they're comforting, lies